Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Syzygy Optimal Health series. My name is Ryan Fernandez, and shortly we will be hearing from our guest speaker on a very interesting topic. But before we do so, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you wherever you're watching from tonight. Hopefully, we're coming in loud and clear, and you can see our screen. We are also going to be recording this and posting it on our social media. I'd like to also welcome some of you who are watching from Quezon City, Cebu, also from Davao del Sur, and many other places around the country and maybe even overseas. We're happy you could join us thanks to technology. Now, if you're wondering what this is all about, the Syzygy Optimal Health series is part of our regular series of community building talks and educational topics where we discuss how we can improve our health. So topics such as like tonight on intuitive eating or on intermittent fasting or learning how to love fruits and veggies or the importance of sleep health. Many of those topics come together to offer you holistic health in your life. And tonight is also sponsored by Nutrilite, the world's largest brand and best-selling brand of vitamins and supplements. Later, we'll hear a little bit more about Nutrilite. So our topic tonight, as you can see on the screen, is about intuitive eating. What does that really mean? What does it mean to learn to eat mindfully by listening to your body's signs? Aren't we all guilty that sometimes we're watching a commercial and then after that ad, we have a specific craving for fast food or chips or soda, depending on what we watched? Or maybe you have a trigger during your day, you go on a afternoon merienda with your office mates and everyone goes out for milk tea. You're not really hungry, but because everyone is going out to have a snack or to have a drink, you also develop the habit of also doing that. So tonight we are going to learn the opposite, having a bit more purposefulness in eating and paying attention to our natural bodily needs. Okay. So we're very privileged to learn tonight from somebody who has a very colorful background, as you can see. Uh, I believe, based on her timeline, she began as a culinary chef. That was her entry into the world of food. However, from there, she diversified and is today a certified health and wellness coach, certified in the US, as well as a nutritional therapy practitioner, a functional medicine coach, and also received a degree from the Ateneo based on traditional Chinese medicine. So, wow, I think we can learn a lot from her. And if you have any questions, please use the chat box and ask away. We will have a bit of Q&A after she speaks. We also have breakout rooms. So if you would like to stick around, you can put the number of your room after your name, or I'll try my best to bring you to the proper breakout room. So, anyway, with that out of the way, I feel very privileged and honored to call on our guest speaker tonight, all the way from Quezon City, Coach Michelle Arabelo. Hi, Coach Michelle.
Hi, Ryan. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. All right. So I'd like to share my screen. Hold on. All right. So can I see a thumbs up that you can see my screen? All right. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. I'd like to thank your Diamonds for inviting me to be part of uh, your night, no? Learning night. So just show of hands, who here has an idea of what we're going to talk about? Intuitive eating. Okay. So tonight's topic dwells on an eating behavior, no? We Filipinos, we love to eat. Majority of our population still practices eating 3 meals a day. No, we have actually two snacks pa. No, we have morning and merienda, and not also to also to mention that we also even have that desserts no, after lunch or dinner. But it is the act of eating that we often take for granted. No? We take meal time as a rush activity. Lagi tayong nagmamadali. Who here identifies with this? No? We find ourselves eating at our desk, in front of our laptop, no? Sitting at our sofa, maybe watching our favorite K-drama or Netflix, no? We eat mindlessly. We consume food, whether we're hungry or not, full or not full. And how often have we seen people have no control over this? They engage in constant snacking, binge eating, and maybe even eating in midnight snacks, no? Can anyone relate to this behavior? Well, don't worry, no? Anyway, this leads us to our topic this evening entitled Intuitive Eating, Learning to Eat Mindfully and Listening More to Our Body Signs, no? And we all know that if we are mindful of our eating habits, then surely this can help us improve our lifestyle. Otherwise, if we continue to consume poor choices of food, then it can lead us to the other direction, which is health conditions. So our objectives for tonight's discussion are the following. We will identify what is intuitive eating, practice smart ways to eat mindfully and intuitively, discuss factors that influence our eating, and identify the importance of nutrition and supplementation. And at the end of the talk, we shall have an open forum for any questions or clarifications. Right? Now, out of curiosity, who here has a clear idea of what mindful and intuitive eating is? No? Magkaiba pa tong dalawang to, or how are these similar to each other? So mindful eating practice helps us to become aware of the reasons behind our hunger. Is it really physical hunger? Or maybe it has something to do with our emotions. According to the National Eating Disorder Association, intuitive eating is a broader philosophy that incorporates mindful eating. No? It is about trusting your body. It's innate wisdom to make your food choices that will make you feel good, but without the judging and the influence about dieting in our culture. Would you agree that our body has its natural way of finding its balance? No, we are all born with the ability to know when to eat and when to stop eating, and it also knows what pleasures us and what satisfies us. No, to give an example, let's say during the Paleolithic era, no, our ancestors, how did they typically eat? No, I don't think walang mukbang yung time na yon, or walang Instagram na wherein we get to see the different kinds of food, no? Walang chips, walang whatever, walang commercials on TV, right? So our ancestors typically ate food. How? So they ate whole foods, no? They would hunt and gather. They would hunt animals and they would gather fruits, vegetables, berries, no? They listened more to their instinct, no? They hunt and only eat when their bodies give them a signal that it's time to eat. And I don't think they eat all the time, no? So mindful and intuitive eating practices are helpful for everyone. More importantly, for those who suffer eating disorders or those people who feel that food controls them, yun lang ang disadvantage. I work in a clinic and I help them with their lifestyle. So I've seen a lot of people have this they tell me that they have done so many kinds of yo-yo diets and different kinds of diet, yet they feel stuck and a bit depressed about themselves, no? So this is a disadvantage of having too much pressure by society to lose weight, no? It pushes us to have food adversity, no? Even low esteem, shame, depression, or even guilt, no? Guilt na, oh no, I know I'm not supposed to eat it, but I ate it. No? It has its negative effects, no? So it is really a healthy way to connect with food and have a deeper appreciation with our mind and body, no? So mindful eating and intuitive eating, we don't follow any rules, no? Walang minimum calorie counting, no? But instead, it teaches you to listen to your body. How is my body reacting to it when I eat this? And so you allow to make yourself food choices without judgment. Even if as we talk ourselves that we have this healing capacity to know what what kinds of food that are ideal for us, no? We have to admit that a lot of people are disconnected and less trusting about their inner wisdom. No? Nowadays, we are so preoccupied with many distractions. What are these? Obligations, stress, even technology. No? We have so many information overload. No? People come in our clinic, no, they're so confused about nutrition. What should I be eating? What should I do? If I do this, this might happen. So there is so much noise around us. No? In fact, also the noise that we create in our minds, no, we forget to pause and listen to our body. I studied functional medicine and Chinese medicine. In traditional Chinese medicine, we view the human body as a garden. We humans are the gardeners. No? The garden is subjected to nature as its external factor, but the internal factor is based on how we nourish or cultivate our body, our health. So let me just ask you, ask yourself, what kind of gardener are you in your body? How do you take care of your garden? How do you nourish it? Are you eating the right foods? Are you sleeping right? Are you exercising? You know, the best person, I always tell the clients of mine, the best person who understands your body is who? Diba? Kayo, us, diba? And would you prefer to be in control of your health rather than allow external factors to have control over you? No? Our body loves to tell if there is an imbalance or if there is a disharmony. No? This is when we start to see signs and symptoms appearing. And this is why we need to practice being attuned with our inner self through mindful and intuitive eating. Right? How do we get started? Intuitive eating really is not that easy. No? It's a struggle. Requires us to take requires us more time and to be patient with ourselves just to master it. But I suggest we start with being mindful. Practice being mindful every day. But if you tend to forget to practice it because you're busy, again, don't worry. What's important is you create small steps until it becomes a habit. Especially if it's not an automatic habit of ours. We're not used to it. So trust your instinct and trust your body's instinct. So learning intuitive eating may take a while, but what is really important is you be patient with yourself and enjoy the process of gaining mind-body connection and improving your relationship with food. Okay, so next is, okay, Coach Michelle, let's talk about how do we eat mindfully and intuitively. Okay, so I'm also a chef by background. I prepare my own food and I used to prepare food for clients. And I always say it's really the best approach, the best approach really is to cook your own food because you know what you ingredients you used, diba? As opposed to or eating out. No. So as ako naman, as I prepare the food, I love smelling the garlic as I chop it, the onions, no, because it's rich in inulin, no, it's an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So as you prepare your food, I don't know, I sound weird though, but that's how I love the food, no? Kasi each ingredient has its healing properties. It each has a reason why God made this. The well, how come this smells like this? How come this looks like this? No? So as you prepare your food, no, feel the sight, rather see the sight, no, smell the aroma, no. Kasi when you do this, this signals your brain that your body is ready to accept nourishment. Eh, what if naman, Coach Michelle, you're in a restaurant? Okay, so when you order, again, ask yourself, what in the list that you feel would be nourishing. So it's more asking yourself this time, not just randomly or just thinking what you normally eat, but its purpose. It has a purpose. Are you feeding yourself with this kind of food out of hunger, or is it just to feed your emotions? The second is no gadgets. I hope this is something I know this may be something hard for other people, but putting away gadgets, electronics, paperwork even, no? Some people they work and eat at the same time, you know. As much as possible, we set distractions away from eating, you know, set aside time to eat. And just take a deep breath, center yourself, permit yourself to eat as much as you can, you know, but enjoy the food in front of you. You know? Say thanks, say grace, no? Express gratitude to those people who prepared your food, and as you partake in this food, just pray. Ako when I had and this is really honest, no, when we prepared food for people, I was teaching our employees na when you prepare food, you do a prayer, or in your mind you tell this person who will eat this will be healed or will have good health, no? Kasi we were the company that I ran was really providing healthy foods, no, diet food delivery. So internally sila rin, they have to believe, and and so yun. So it's about preparation. So third, let's honor your hunger. Pay attention to your hunger. Keep 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 yourself biologically fed with the right kinds of energy. No, you have your protein, your fats, and your carbohydrates. No? Otherwise, if we diet too much, then what happens? No, remember we had the talk. Doc Rico had the talk. He said that pag marami ang carbs natin, what happens? No, our blood sugar shoots up. No, so what happens? So the energy after, do you experience that after lunch, after eating, after having a high carb meal in the afternoon, inaantok? No, so we have to be conscious about what you eat, no, and eating adequate energy and carbohydrates. And then when it comes to food, no, just put a reasonable portion of food and do not feel deprived about it. Now, who here, when they eat, no, when you eat what do we say, for example, salad, madaling maalala, salad, no? As you crunch that salad, no, you savor the taste, you savor the chicken, no, do you savor the roasted zucchini, or tomato olives, no, drizzled in olive oil, balsamic. So you so you have to learn to savor that food. Enjoy every bite of the day, every bite of your or food. Oh, by the way, I skipped out number 4. No, have a regular schedule when you eat. No, so again, eating is parasympathetic. No, it's a rest and digest state. So do you recall that when you are working and so busy and at the same time eating, what happens? Normally, di tayo natutunawan, right? Because it's supposed to be a rest and digest state. Why? So it's ideal when you want to eat, just set time to eat because you're teaching your body, your mind, your stomach, and everything, every organ that's involved to prepare yourself from absorption and digestion. But when you are simultaneously working, so what are you teaching your body, your brain? Am I supposed to work or am I supposed to concentrate on my digestion? Right? So ask yourself, no? And whenever we eat, no, ask yourself, is this going to lead me to be hungry again after 2 hours? No? Is it going to give me the food that you ate tonight, the dinner? Is it going to make you sluggish the following day? Or is it going to give you a good night's sleep? Okay. So, so, so I hope that's clear so far. Right. So make peace with food. Who here experienced when they were dieting, and they felt na parang, oh, I hindi naman KJ, but had that difficulty na although I don't know what to eat because I have this diet. That's the thing about dieting. It takes away the joy of eating. So this is an alternative way to see food differently, Instead of seeing food as a restriction, as an enemy, see it as a way to nourish your body. Give your time, give yourself, permit yourself to eat. Um, Otherwise, we all know that when we restrict ourselves with eating, this eventually will bring in feelings of deprivation, uncontrolled cravings that eventually will lead us to binge eating or worse, food adversity. So focus on actions that will improve the way your body feels. So remember to ask yourself how you feel about every time you eat and observe. Now, who here is conscious about chewing their food every time they eat? Did you know that it takes 20 minutes? The ideal really is to chew your food 20 minutes. Why? Because the brain communicates uh, to our stomach that it is time to prepare to release that the digestive enzymes or that stomach acid for smooth digestion and absorption. So what happens naman if you don't chew your food enough? Like ito yung mga taong chew and then drink water. So in some cases, they experience digestive health issues like bloating, diarrhea, ingestion, or even gas. So try to eat slowly and don't rush your meals. Focus on the food that makes and how it makes you feel. Okay? So number 7, halt or stop. Ask yourself, is this emotional eating? So be aware that we don't eat only to satisfy physical hunger. And many of us turn to food for comfort when they're stressed, or even when they reward themselves, Diba? That's normal with us Filipinos when we receive a good news. Oh, libre tayo, or let's eat, That's typically what we share. We love to do. It's always connected with food, how we celebrate. But unfortunately, some people they gravitate to food when they are stressed. So they do this because they feel that emotional eating fills in that emotional need, but it's not about the stomach. Usually, some people the first impulse that they do, when they're stressed, they open what the refrigerator when they're stressed. So reflect. Before reflect when you have that craving in and take a moment and pause and ask yourself this acronym. So as you can see in the screen, it's halt. No? So ask yourself, am I really hungry? H. Why am I feeling this way? Am I really angry? A. No? Why do I really need to eat? Am I feeling L? Lonely? No? Do I really need to eat? And finally, am I just tired? T. Do I really need to eat? No? Even if you end up eating pa rin, no? You'd have a better understanding of why you did it in the first place and see perhaps there's a pattern. No? And hopefully, the next time you chance upon that incident or situation, you probably have a different response next time. So number 8, no, find your satisfaction level. Do you know when the time comes? Do you know, can you tell, rather, can you tell when you are already full? No? Good if you do, no? Find your fullness. No? Listen to your body signal. Am I getting full? Am I satisfied? Ask those questions to yourself. Do you know that it takes 20 minutes for our stomach to signal the brain that we are full? Really, ganun katagal. So that's why I suggest to clients, no, eat until you're 80%, not 100%. Eat until you're 80% full because it takes 20 minutes for your brain to signal your stomach or your stomach to signal your brain that it's time to stop and that you're full. And lastly, no, it is very good that we track our moods. No, it's what we call I use this tool to my clients. No, it's what we call the food mood journal. No, I ask them to list down everything that they ate, kahit mga 3 or 5 days. No? And then what did they do before eating? What did they eat? How did they feel before eating? How do they feel while they're eating? And how do they feel after eating? And what happens is that, and then we discuss ano yung she shares ano yung mga realizations niya. So this is a way, it's not really a tool for me, but it's really for the client to understand, hey, if I do this, this happens. Pag kumain pala ako ng milk, for example, I go to the bathroom. Or if nag-away kami ng asawa ko, this is what I tend to do. I eat a lot. So whatever it is, it's a good tool for reflection and understanding yourself. Take a moment through that to figure what triggers your urges. So far, so good? Okay. So as we practice and master the skill of mindful and intuitive eating, it is also important to be aware of the factors that influence our body's internal cues when it comes to eating. No, as I said earlier, no, when we are stressed, what do we tend to do? We eat more because of emotional eating. Did you know that when you are deprived of sleep, no, it increases your appetite? Have you noticed that? Because sleep deprivation increases our hunger hormone called ghrelin, and it decreases our satiety hormone, which is the leptin. So try to be conscious of your sleep. Get plenty of rest so you'll be able to control your appetite if that's something that you want to do. Number 3, sugar is addicting. Coach, how come I love sugar? No? Well, in the first place, every time we eat, it increases the dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is related to reward. And they made a study, and this is based on studies talaga. They compared a person with a brain, the brain of a person who was eating sugar, and the brain of a person who had cocaine, no drugs, and they saw that the reaction of the brain, no, the way it lets, it's similar. So in other words, it's really addicting, because of this dopamine. What am I saying? It's just that when you find yourself gravitating towards sweets. It's just that alalahanin nyo, oh yes, that was discussed in this talk that yun nga, we tend to gravitate sugar because it's addicting. But ask yourself, is it good for you? And too much sugar may not be good for you as well. And fourth, no, also remember, baka naman kulang din yung kinain nyo. Hindi adequate din yung kinain. That's why you're also full. You also crave for food rather. And always remember that internal regulations may be disrupted for certain people, like for those people who have eating disorders, or those people who have underlying health conditions, like with those with insulin resistance, problem with their thyroid, or with their hormones. Of course, this is different. In these cases, it's ideal to seek nutrition consult for a more personalized approach pa rin. All right, so we learned how to bite right, no? This time, let's talk about eating right, no? How do we nourish and support our bodies internally? Obviously, no, we take food. Every human person needs nutrients daily to function well. And we always heard about what the famous Greek philosopher had said, no, si Hippocrates, no, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. It's just really give emphasis on the importance of nutrition to prevent and to cure the disease. So when it comes to food, support your body with whole foods, nutrient dense, rich food, no? Dietary fiber, and rich in dietary fiber rather, dietary fiber, it's good for your body, especially for proper digestion, no? Fiber binds with toxins and excessive hormones, and it excretes from our body, no? Phytonutrients, definitely phytonutrients. These are the nutrients coming from plants, no? Did you know that every day we are subjected to oxidative stress? And the only way that to counter our this oxidative stress rather, is taking antioxidants. And where do we get this? From the phytonutrients from plants, from fruits and vegetables. That's how important it is. And just to give emphasis on, just to give an example, when I was doing the business, Blue Plate, that's the company of my name, we also did prepare food for patients who have cancer. And I was working with a doctor who was an expert on nutrition. So ako naman, I was cooking the food for them. No? You know what? Every ingredient that we put in is intentional. There's no filter or no para lang pampadami, no. Kasi every gram was really to help that person. So that's how I see food this time. It's really healing, and I've seen people change. I've seen how their lives change, you know, by just really concentrating and focusing on their health through food. Of course, consuming anti-inflammatory herbs like garlic. So when it comes to garlic, usually, di ba, pag nagigisa tayo Filipinos, gisa, chop onions and garlic, then cook, no? You know what? Ever since I learned about nutrition, hinuhuli ko si garlic as much as possible. The natural form it is, the better it is, no? Kasi nandun yung healing property niya. And I really love garlic. So, and aside from garlic, we have the turmeric, very healing properties. Of course, we have to, and you all know that as much as possible, we try to avoid carb-rich sugar, no? Kasi it slows high sugar foods slows down our immune system. It also sends our blood sugar spiking. And if we keep on eating, what happens? Hopefully not, no, but it might lead us to insulin resistance and of course fat storage. And also I wasn't able to write it down, but keep yourself hydrated, of course. That's also important. And when it comes to food, always look for good sources of food. Ideally, organic, kung kaya, or grass-fed. It's still the best option. All right. So as much as we want to eat, we cannot eat everything. No, that's why supplements are very important. No? Our land, no, not everything is rich in soil, rich in nutrients, rather, no. Some of our lands, no, are sprayed with glyphosate, the harmful chemical or harmful fertilizers that are not good for the body. No? So it is also important to look for sources that that have organic farms and quality sources na suppliers. No? And did you know that when we are stressed, no, we lose vitamins such as, we deplete vitamins such as B, C, magnesium, and that we need to replenish this. Vitamins help us grow and function well. And that is why it is an important thing that we need to take in every day. In the clinic that I work with, ang dami namin nakikitang nutrient deficiencies. No? It can be seen in the signs and symptoms, like, for example, hair loss, for example, rashes or eczema. So there are signs and symptoms wherein we can already see that kulang sila na nutrients, proper nutrients in their diets. And that's why we recommend supplements to them. And how about food? Let's talk about food. No? Quality of food includes adequate protein, fats, and carbohydrates. No? Ideally talaga, the best diet really is the Mediterranean diet because it's high in omega-3 fatty acids. It has the right quality, the variety of vegetables, no, associated with lowering the risk for cardiovascular disease, no, diabetes, and again, foods that are like that, no, high in fiber can help us lower inflammation, control our appetite. When it comes to oils, what do you use in your house, no? Do you use margarine? Ako, or do you use plant-based mga vegetable oil? So ako, I really recommend using cold pressed coconut oil or for cooking, no? Not virgin coconut oil, not olive oil because mataas ang smoking point niyan. So hindi ideal yan for cooking, but more of the cold pressed coconut oil. It's very healthy, or like avocado oil would be an option. Olive oil you can use for dressing, definitely. So in closing, so what have we talked about so far? Make the right food choice, making food choices rather, to honor your well-being, to honor yourself, your body, while attuning and making sure that we attune to our body as we eat. Remember, you don't really need to be perfect at eating. Suddenly, even if you miss out one day or two, it doesn't really make you less of a person or automatic nutrient deficiency na. You know what really is important is to eat constantly over time. That's the one that really matters. It's the everyday habits that you do while eating. Remember that progress is really what we're really after, not perfection that really counts. So now, before I end my presentation, although I'm not sure if my screen is sharing, as a health coach, just want to give out an idea what I really do. So as a functional medicine health coach, I work with clients, implement their food and lifestyle changes. They come up with their self-determined goals, and we plan it out. This is where they are, and this is where they want to be. So that gap, dun kami nagpaplano. So we meet every week, we set up goals. My role really is to empower the client do some self-discovery about themselves, self-exploration, develop mindfulness, and do those and have more healthy promoting habits. So before again I end, please allow me to share some successful transformation of the clients that I had, no? And actually, these are recent clients, except for one person. So this is a story of transformation. She's tawag na natin sa pangalan, sa pangalan MA. No, she's a female age 40s. No? She experienced hypothyroid, mood swings, and cravings. She started with 136 pounds, and now she's 121 pounds. No? What did she do? She did intermittent fasting, ketogenic diet, and also exercise. And of course, through coaching then. And this is one of my recent clients. No? GC, he's a male, 60 years old, a manager. He started with 185 pounds. No? His health conditions was obesity, high blood pressure, blood sugar dysfunction. He wanted to lose weight. He wanted to improve his sleep. He normally would sleep around 2 or 3 in the morning. No? He wanted to increase his muscle mass. That time, his waistline was 35. Now, his waistline is 32. And the last time we checked, which was last week, he's now at 179. And if you've noticed, in the photos, no, ang laki na ng pinayat niya, no, especially dun sa bike. You know, he just finished a 100-mile bike run. And I'm so proud of him. Talagang, he really prepared it. And now he's a totally different person because of what he did. And I always tell my clients, no, you know, you are accountable to yourselves. Just hang on, you know, just believe in yourself that you can do it. No? Apart from goals, we just really concentrate on the everyday habits that you do, and eventually it becomes part of your system. And lastly, no, a client of mine again, we just ended our program last month, no? 63-year-old, an architect. He started with 204 pounds, no? Daming tong health conditions. He had hypertension, sleep disorder, overweight. He had so many surgeries last year. No? And hypothyroid, and had a surgery with kidney. He wanted to lose weight, improve his sleep, no? And regain vitality. Now, look at the difference. And this was attained, no? And now he's at 180. Ang laki ng difference, no? This would attain with proper nutrition, with a nutritionist, with a health coach, and with a fitness coach. No? So why am I sharing this? If they can do it, so can you. Walang imposible. And as long as we just eat right, you know, listen to ourselves, and just trust in your instincts. So, yeah, that ends my sharing. Thank you.
Wow, Coach Michelle, thank you so much. I love how you ended by sharing some real life stories. And you're also walking the talk. Because if I'm not mistaken, I also found someone who sort of looks like you among your photos. But thank you so much. I think some of the things that you shared about tonight struck me, things I've heard for the first time tonight lang. But also you talked about some things that for some of us here who have been attending the Optimal Health series, we've heard about, we're practicing, and by you confirming those things such as going low carb, paying attention to sleep, also chewing, those are things that we've talked about before. It really reaffirms that for those who are in the program that they're actually on the right path. So thank you so much. We have a few minutes, a few moments. If you could type any questions, you can use the chat box. There's no wrong question. We're all here to learn from her and from each other.
Each other, definitely.
Yeah. Because there are people here who've also become healthier by practicing mindfulness and also by changing some of their lifestyle habits. So we'll give you a few moments. But while we're waiting for others, siguro, Coach Michelle, can I ask, for example, how about when it comes to children? Syempre, When it comes to self-control,
Yes.
it's fine. But once we see our kids, for example, and we're in the mall and suddenly they see something like fast food or candy or ice cream, milk tea, uh, and of course they don't have the maturity yet to think things over and how am I going to feel tomorrow. Any suggestions or any experience you've had with children or with parents?
Actually, when it comes to food preparation, pinakamahirap talaga sa kids. Yun ang ina-avoid ko, promise, no? But,
Right.
okay. But kidding aside, no? So, when it comes to children, first of all, when you sit down with them in the table, you teach them to take out muna the gadgets. It is really with the parents, that they teach their children the good habits. No? First of all, take out that gadget, no, and with food, around food, no, talk about how was their life, no, kamusta yung school nila, no. They can even ask them how's their food, no, do you like it, no, make them involved. No? Also, a tip is when you prepare food, make them involved. No? When you create smoothies, or let them ask, oh, what color do you want? What color of the vegetable do you like? Or pwede ka may depends on the age, no? If you have a color chart in front of you, oh, what color do we do that today? Let them be involved. So at least it's exciting thing that they share with their parents, no? Apart from that, just avoid probably the everyday things that that shows the everyday thing na hindi maganda. Avoid those things. For example, eating in the car, no, nagiging normal. So teach them, okay, when you eat in the table, not in front of the TV. No? And by and I which I've also seen in you, no, Ryan. I saw that you are teaching your child, maliliit pa siya, no? But you're introducing him already the kinds of food. And that's why when I have clients that are mother and fathers, no, I always tell them, you know what, ang ganda that you come here and try to seek help on your nutrition. Kasi when you help yourselves, you're also teaching your children to eat right, no, until it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So kailangan talaga with the parents' dedication to teach them and involve them in the decision making.
Healthy habits talaga, yan ang ipapamana din natin sa next generation. Among other things, it's if they grow up enjoying their veggies, their fruits, being responsive, making smart food choices, that goes a long way. We have some other questions, but before I get to those questions, I don't want to forget this. We are also co-sponsored by Nutrilite, the world's largest and best-selling brand of vitamins and supplements. Coach Michelle mentioned earlier the importance of supplementation. And well, frankly, not all supplements are the same or equal. You want to be able to find one that is traceable, that is grown responsibly, and is power-packed with not just vitamins and minerals, but also plant nutrients. And that's not just any kind of vitamin or mineral. That is Nutrilite. So please allow us just a couple of moments to share with you 3 things which could be helpful as well in your health journey from Nutrilite. So please enjoy.
There are a lot of reasons why Nutrilite Double X supplement is the ultimate multivitamin. It contains 22 vitamins and minerals and 22 plant concentrates to make sure you don't miss a thing when it comes to nutrition for healthy bones, joints, eyes, brain, and heart. Plus, many of the ingredients come from plants grown on our own certified organic farm, and there's a fun way to actually see all of the goodness inside the product. Let me show you what I mean. Each package contains 3 types of tablets: a vitamin, a mineral, and a phytonutrient. Phytonutrient simply means plant nutrient. I'm going to drop each one into these clear glasses of warm water. This will dissolve the tablets and release their content. I'm also going to add Centrum Silver supplement to a 4th glass of warm water. After a few minutes, give each glass a stir and the tablet will be dissolved. If you had taken these supplements, they already be delivering powerful nutrients to your body. Centrum Silver tablet is not vibrant because there aren't any plant concentrates in it. But just look at the color of XX supplement. The vitamin tablet has dissolved into a rich orange, showing off the vitamins and marigold flower. Our mineral tablet is a gorgeous tawny green, showing off the minerals, peppermint, and dark green plants. And our phytonutrient tablet is a vivid purple, showing off the berry blend plant concentrate, which contains grapes, blackcurrants, elderberries, and blueberries. The nutrients and antioxidant are here in full color. When I see these colors, I know I'm getting the excellent and quality of Nutrilite plant concentrate. That's powerful plant-based nutrition you can see with your own eyes.
Proteins are like our body's building blocks. They're required for the structure and for the function and for the maintenance of our bodies. The World Health Organization recommends almost a gram of protein per kilogram of body weight for the average person. So if you weighed 60 kilograms, that means you would need about 50 grams of protein per day, which would be about the same as eating 8 eggs. A lot of people look to animal products for protein in their diets, and while those are good for you in small quantities, they contain some unhealthy fats as well. So it's cholesterol-free and lactose-free powder can be added to any meal. So if you're not getting enough protein, an easy way to help fill in that gap would be to use Nutrilite all-plant protein powder.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Let's go back. We have a couple of good questions. Hopefully, we can answer them. This one is from Titus. As we get older, does the approach to eating drastically change? Okay, from our, for example, for our senior citizens.
Definitely, iba kasi yung need natin as we age, no? Especially with our digestion, no? We don't eat as much as we used to when we were younger, no? At the same time, yung physical activity natin also changes. So that's why when it comes to nutrition, there's no one size fits all, no? We always look at food as bio-individuality. No, each person, each age differs. Oh, by the way, unahan na kita. I was while we were showing the video. I think Miss Olive also said. I think I said it long, no? Did I say that to chew 20 minutes? I'm so sorry. Chew your food 20 times before swallowing rather. Clear yun.
20 times.
20 times. 20, chew your food 20 times, ni 20 minutes. I'm so sorry about that.
Kailangan talaga nagbibilang ka, no? So,
Yes.
wow. Parang
I
sundalo.
Yeah, for those people who notice now when they go to the bathroom at buo pa yung, there's certain foods at buo, that means hindi natin ni-chew yung food natin ng mabuti.
I see. Yeah. Interesting. You mentioned bio-individuality. Is that what you mentioned, Penina?
Yes, bio-individuality.
Interesting. Yeah. So we're in different stages of life, different needs then. Which brings us to this other one. Not really a question, but maybe you can share your thoughts, Coach. Tell us what you think about restricted calories and longevity, living long. May connection ba yan?
When it comes, again, I always ask the client, what is your purpose? No? If your purpose is to lose weight, then we can do intermittent fasting. Well, and also, pwede rin naman din keto, but not everyone can do keto, ha? but they can just do low carb. Low carb is very safe. Not everyone kasi can have that determination to do keto, but pwede na yung low carb and intermittent fasting, if that's their goal. If their goal naman, if we see that the patient has so many health conditions, there is mukhang may dysbiosis or may problema yung gut niya, this most likely this person hasn't been eating a lot the right food. So that's why I don't believe in calorie counting kung ganun yung sakit ng tao na. Okay? Because calorie counting, it takes away the your ability to eat the right kinds of food. No, and we have seen every day, when it comes to patients, ang daming nutrient deficiencies. No, so as we said earlier, we need to nourish our body first. No, if we have inflammation, if we have dysbiosis in our body, yung gut natin, no, mas marami yung bad bacteria over good bacteria, no. What's your priority? Losing weight or taking care of your body? Take care of the body first, and then eventually the weight goes down. It's really what's really important at this moment.
Yeah. Priorities. Make the thing the thing. So thank you. Wow. Time went by so fast. We learned so much. And yet I'm looking forward to my 20 times of chewing during breakfast tomorrow.
20 times, 20 minutes.
Oo, 20 times for hindi pala breakfast, lunch pa ako kain. But anyway, maybe that's something we can all remember when we wake up, no? 20 times chewing. That could start a really good habit. Now, before we move to breakout rooms, maybe some of you are curious about where you can learn more about Nutrilite. You can get back to the friend who invited you if you want to. They can help you access it and shop for it. And if you'd like to also learn more about health coaching by Coach Michelle, where can they find you? Facebook, Instagram, saan ba?
They can find me at Instagram. My profile is Coach_Shelly. That's CHELIE. And there's this link that you just click on if you want to set an appointment. So I also give 20-minute orientation free. So and if you're not sure of it and you want to know about health coaching, then you can avail of that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ryan, and to all of your mom for giving me this platform.
Yes, thank you so much, Coach Michelle. And for everyone who joined us, I hope you learned lots and will continue to make positive changes to your health, like all of us then. So we have breakout rooms. Stick around, accept lang the pop-up button, and we'll see you again next week. Follow us on Facebook, Syzygy, SYZYGY. PH, Syzygy PH, for more topics on optimal health, optimal wealth, which is on business, and optimal self personal development. And with that, magandang gabi po and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you in the breakout rooms. God bless.